Well, my friends, I've made it to the Wele booth here at TIMTOS, and I'm very excited. One thing I learned, or three things I learned about Wele that's so exciting, are the incredible 7-year apprenticeship program, that the government handpicked the original ownership, and the fact that it's employee owned. So we're gonna find Joe, Texas Joe, the amazing Texas Joe, somewhere here on this booth, and talk a little bit more about the pyramid and the integration of where Wele comes into play around all of, well, I found Joe. I don't know how I missed him. This guy is supersized, you know what I mean? I'm a little guy, but bumping into you, Joe, is always a pleasure. How are you?
How you doing, my friend? Good to see you again.
Well, I'm very excited. Yeah, good to see you as well. And I am very, very excited. I kind of hopefully got the audience excited to learn a bit more about this group, this family that's created when it comes to Wele, because you and I have done a tour together. We talked about the three major aspects, which I just reiterated, but there's so much more to this story that they need to know.
Correct. The previous video, we just basically focused on the factory and the actual structure of the how that is put together. And there's actually, as you can see up there, you see Wele and JTEKT. How this works is actually we're all connected to Toyota Motors. Toyota Motors is our parent company. And below that, you have 13 companies, and those 13 companies, one of them is actually JTEKT. And below JTEKT, there's 80 companies plus, and Wele is underneath that lineup of companies. So there's the family tree along those two. So in our previous video, we said the company's family owned, but in reality, JTEKT has a 37% action on the Wele brand. And then the rest of it is all owned by the employees that work at the factory. And so that's basically the family structure of that.
That is impressive. I gotta say, I mean, when you think about the breakdown of that family tree, I thought I had a lot of people in my family.
Right.
Well, you said 80? 80? As it branches down, you got Toyota, and then it branched down into, what'd you say, 13?
There's 13.
And then 80 under that?
That is correct.
Wow.
And you know, JTEKT, there's a confusion because we changed the name when JTEKT originally was into 5 groups. Was Toyota Machinery, was the JTEKT Dry Life Systems, JTEKT Steering Systems, coil bearings, and coil grinders. Combined made up JTEKT. Recently, we changed all of them, those names, to be all one. So we're all under the JTEKT name. That's where it all comes together at that point a couple of years ago. So in reality, Toyota Machinery was based on the Toyota name with the D. A lot of people confuse that Toyota Motors and Toyota Machinery because of the letter. So a lot of people would see my Toyota logo and they would say, oh, that's misspelled. But we're now all JTEKT in a sense. So that's where we're at.
I gotta say, I was definitely one of those people.
Yeah.
Even when I was trying to hyperlink in the beginning of tagging you guys, like, am I spelling it right? But this is actually how we understand a bit more about where it all comes from, how it all integrates together, and how it all supports you when you think about, is a company gonna be around to take care of me? That answer is absolutely yes, and that integration helps. Now, let's talk machines, my friend, because I love machines, you love machines. Sometimes I miss being on a shop floor, and you have a piece here that's worth talking about. It's something newer, right? It's something we're excited to talk about.
Yes, I mean, currently Wele is demonstrating a 5-axis machine, and we can walk around on it, but they're integrating a pallet system. They're also integrating a tool management system. So we can actually take a look at this. We're hoping to win awards on this. Wele always seems to be winning awards at TIMTOS. They're very recognized to be the launch product, and it brings a lot of attention to the company as well. As we're walking around, let's talk about this machine. This is the pallet system. This one has an 18 pallet system. As we walk around in the controller, we can explain a little more into detail, because if you see it, you're saying, oh, it's just like any other pallet system. But this is actually developed, and it's manufactured and assembled and tested all from Wele, as well as we discussed in the previous video. As we walk around here,
can we talk a little bit, and I know we want to get inside the machine, and I know the tool management system is a highlight today, but can we quickly go over, Joe, because you and I come from the world of working on a 3-axis machine, moving to a 5-axis machine, adding automation to that, having it all vertically integrated within one company, but I still sometimes have that conversation with folks out there. When they think of automation, they think in their head, I have to run thousands of parts. maybe tens of thousands of parts. And although the conversation's being had more regularly now, it's still, I think, our responsibility to say, look, we might have, how many pallets did you say?
18 on this
18 pallets.
That is
That
correct.
could be 18 different jobs that can run you through nights and weekends, which continues to be that automation, or it could be 18 of the same job. It can be whatever mix and match, high volume. This is the creativity of the modern day automation, that it's not a robot that's repeating over and over again to give us the flexibility, right?
That is correct. And this is also needed because there's a global shortages of engineers, you know. So we have to become design products that could fulfill some of these missing elements of manufacturing. And me being in charge of Latin America for JTEKT, I noticed that even in those countries, this is becoming an important subject because of that lack, and now more engineers are needed ever. And I think this is an important part of what's coming in the future, is more and more companies. I'm talking about medium-sized companies. They're now more investing in it. The big companies will always have automation, they will always have efficiency, they will always run lean. And if you can offer a product at a fair price, or to the point to where you can compete in the labor with other countries, this is an important point to discuss, you know.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to bring that up a little bit because there's some people still having that conversation. Now, let's talk about what sets Wele apart when it comes to this world of how we can help people do better. Maybe it's more rigid, maybe we're all about that base, maybe it's in tool management, maybe it's everything's vertically integrated within one company. It can all communicate together. Whatever it might be, let's figure out what these differences are within Wele.
Well, on this particular product that they're demonstrating for TIMTOS 2025, they're introducing the UG630 AWC. This product right here has been out for a few months, but they integrated the pallet system, they integrated the tool management system, like a matrix tool magazine. But what's important about this is they also introduced the Heinheim TNC7. All right.
I was just going to compliment the screen, actually. That's a gorgeous size.
It's a 24-inch size. And this actually is the mastermind of the whole machine. Even though this can control the whole components of everything that we'll be discussing about this machine, it also can be independently. Each system, the pallet and the matrix tool management, they also had their individual panels that you can actually, while the machine is working, you can actually, while it has the sensors and has the communications and has all of that, you can load the tools, you can load, as you can see, the load station is right next to the control. You can load your parts. All that helps together. So this new Heinheim TNC7 is the next generation controller. The good thing about this machine is it has sensors that if it doesn't have a part, the actual pallet will move in and out faster. And if it does have a part, it has that sense that, hey, I need to slow it down. So it does have elements to that this helps anybody in the production. How can I keep this safe and not make sure I damage my machine? So that's an important key feature of this machine. One of many, of course.
I think as I hear more and more about the sensor opportunities as you describe it here, Joe, I think that's probably one of the evolutions that helps people win awards, right? Is understanding what's really happening inside these machines. And I'm seeing, you mentioned the screen is close, right? I see the huge Heidenhain screen. I see the one here, which is pallet. And then there's a third one on the other side, which we're gonna visit in a minute for the tool management. There's 3 separate areas. We really are keeping the machine running while being able to do our setups and breakdowns the entire time.
Right. The key importance of any manufacturing is keep that spindle running. You keep the spindle running, you're going to be making money, right? It's all about that. So yeah, this actual control, it's smart, flexible manufacturing machining center. It helps you monitor and also control the parts that are going in and out. So with that, communicating with the TNC7 Heinheim, it's a good combination. And this is also Wele designed and Wele developed and assembled. So to me, it's plus, win-win.
So let's walk over to the other side because I know the tool management is something you wanted to highlight today, right?
That is correct. I wanted to highlight about the whole complete machine assemble.
Well,
and this is another key component that makes this whole machine valuable to actually explore, for customers to explore. This is Wele's own tool type magazine management. As you can also, it also gives you a somewhat image of the tool, what it kind of looks like. So even for those that, instead of having the T number, instead of having words or something, an operator can come see and say, okay, that looks like something that needs to be in there. So it's another safety feature. I look at it as a safety feature. The more you can prove it to make it simple for people to operate, the more confident they're going to be feeling to be using the equipment. Because not, you know, again, it's becoming very difficult to find operators, very difficult to find engineers. So the simpler you can make it, it also helps with the training process. You're able to train a lot faster, a lot quicker. And those elements together, I think, make a key component to this whole thing right here.
Yeah, I would say that as I'm traveling around the world and I get to talk machining with you, Joe, and we bumped into each other in Mexico, I would say that the simplicity of how training must be in order for someone to understand how a machine works is very key. The fear that people have to try something new sometimes, or new technology, to go, okay, that's not something I'm quite as familiar with. So when I can step into something like this, or that hide and hide control, or the system as a whole, and go, I already feel like I'm at home, I already feel comfortable, and I was able to learn this in a short amount of time, that's another step that allows people to create success, instead of having a machine sit on the opposite side of the building not being used at all.
That is correct. I mean,
I have seen that.
A lot of times in this industry, it's becoming harder and harder to find good operators. And whatever you can do to help the training and simplify and expedite to the point where they feel comfortable running a machine, I think that's a win for the industry, no matter what brand. But Wele is staying in tune on the changes of the culture of the manufacturing world. So they look and they study and they communicate with a lot of customers. They take this information back, constantly thinking of what can I do to make it better for my customer. That's a key importance, because let's think about it. It's employee owned. The percentage that's left out outside of JTEKT, every employee is an owner. So every employee is thinking of ways, how can I make this better for my customer, and how can they improve their manufacturing and make them more money and be competitive.
I think you and I could probably bogart this whole conversation and just talk machines all day long, but I think on the other side of this booth, Jim is waiting for us.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired talking to you, man.
Are you already?
I charge by the minute on FaceTime on a camera. This guy is sucking the life out of me. I'm getting older, he's getting younger.
Is that what's happening?
From 3, 4, 5 days ago, he's skinnier, looks younger.
Oh my gosh.
I look fatter.
This is not part of the tour. What are we talking about? Let's get over to Jim before I get in trouble. All right. As we walk over here, Joe, Texas Joe, my favorite Joe, by the way.
Hey, did you, by the way, tell him who I was?
You know I did.
All right.
You know I did. Everyone knows Texas Joe.
All right. So anyway, it was a pleasure having you around this week. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I've known you for a long time, and you're right. We could actually sit around and have a beer and talk manufacturing probably for a while, until they close the bar up at least.
See you on a podcast during happy hour?
Why not, man?
I like that idea. All right, brother.
Take care.
It's always a pleasure to see you. We'll see you at the end. We're going to introduce the audience to some of the major players here at Wele. I think that's important that we showcase the faces.
I'll line those guys up while you talk to my coworker, Jim. Jim Gibler is the product manager for the Wele brand for JTEKT, JTEKT Machinery of America Corp. It's been a pleasure. As well, Cesar. You're the only reason I did this. Not this guy.
Cesar never gets as much credit for holding the camera as he does when working with you. He's never going to stop working with you.
Well, he's got a better smile than you do, man.
For sure. Everyone does, though. Everyone. I'm taking this from you. Jim, good to see you, buddy. How are you?
The Gun Show.
Hey, did you hear this guy ridiculing me the whole time?
Hey, man, that's what he does best, giving you a hard time.
It's a good laugh, I tell you that. And that's part of the authenticity of what we do, is to really enjoy, and I hope the audience does as well, because we love doing this and we love sharing technology with you. We want you to be successful by sharing this type of technology that can bring it to you, but we must do it with a little bit of humor. And I don't mind if Texas Joe ridicules me. That's part of the fun. I don't think I lost weight though. I don't know where he got that from. But Jim, we're here now looking at this machine.
Yes, sir.
This looks a lot like a merry-go-round I used to ride.
Something like that, yeah, except a little bit more powerful probably.
A lot more powerful. Would have flung me off for sure. Would you mind describing a little bit of what we're looking at?
So this is a VTC 1612 CW. So technically this is the smallest VTC that Wele builds. They build up to 4 meter size VTCs. This is a 63 inch or 70 inch diameter swing on this. They found that there was a need for an asymmetrical style VTC. They make some of the big double column. This is just a single column VTC with live tooling. So it can do a little bit of everything. It can turn, you can do milling. Also has a right angle head adapting feature here that you can do right angle work. Yeah, so this is one of the features, or a couple of the key features, is you can get right up to the table. Some of their bigger VTCs or bigger VTCs in general, they don't have this accessibility for the operator to get right here, unload the part, get close to it. That's important for this style type of VTC, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at this and so much can be done. And what you've described, I think about the parts that I can make inside of here. And you said this is the smallest one, right?
Right, yeah, this is
technically
technically the
because
smallest.
we're at a trade show. We don't want to bring the big, we would take up the whole booth, right?
Right, yeah, this is a small footprint. That's what they wanted to try to hit so that it can fit into smaller size spaces. And you know, really get you know, attract the markets for kind of a starter type of VTC.
When I think about this type of machine, Jim, and please, any of the places where I speak incorrectly, interrupt me, let me know where I've gone wrong. But when I think about machines like this, I see the size of this part, and I think about the materials that might go into that, the weight of the materials, the cost of the materials, the fact that I don't want to lose any material because I've scrapped it or made a mistake. And a lot of that can come from vibration. The vibration within the machine. But what I've learned about the castings at Wele is there's some special components inside of it that create this vibration dampening that are going to reduce from top to bottom, along with some of the adjustments that are made inside of the machine spindle head, creating more rigidity inside of there. So all that overall vibration or tool wear or lack of finish that I might have elsewhere, I'm not going to find those issues here. Am I saying some of this correctly?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Wele prides themselves on their hand scraping of all their machine surfaces.
I got to see that firsthand.
And what that does is it makes for a solid machine for true geometric alignment. And yes, their castings, Meonite castings, very solid, one piece here. And they pride themselves on being able to hand scrape these in and dial these in perfectly. They have one of the biggest machine surface tables to make sure this is truly accurate and scrape it to that surface. And that's one thing that they pride themselves in, for sure.
Yeah, I've walked the factory. I've had the great pleasure. If you've not seen that video, take a look at that video. Really in depth to help us all understand where it all comes from. But one thing I've learned about Wele is because the companies are part of it, right? Because the employees are part of the company, they just really do, as you mentioned, to reiterate, take great pride in the creation of the product. Everything that they put out is kind of like a child. It's kind of like a piece of them that they put out. And I think that's important for everyone to understand as well. It's just not a mass-produced thing that's, oh, throw it out there. You know, let people, it is really put together from the heart, from the soul, and from the top to the bottom. And I did my hands in opposite, but from the top to the bottom, these machines are taken care of.
Of course. I mean, you know, there's a lot of knowledge and many years of machine building experience in that company. I've spent basically most of my natural born life in this industry with JTEKT. You know, I started in the service departments and became service manager for these products, and then now I'm back here, product manager for Wele. You know, it's really, I'm really prideful to be a part of it just because of that fact. I mean, it is a pride for all of them within Wele to be part of the company, to be part owners of the company. And yeah, it really makes them stand out for sure.
Well, I know they're grateful to have you. I'm grateful to have you on camera right now. I'm gonna borrow that microphone back again. You're off the hot seat, my friend. You've done an amazing job. Absolutely. Good to see you in Taiwan. I really want you guys to all see some of the faces here in Taiwan because we talk so good about these machines. I've shown you the factory tour. It's important that you see the faces as well. And these are the handsome young men and women that make all of this run. These are my good friends. Thank you so much for allowing us to film. Truly, truly appreciate you. You make an incredible machine and really keep up the good work. For everyone watching, this is Wele here at TIMTOS. Check out the factory tour as well. Texas Joe, do you want to say hi and bye one more time? Texas Joe, thanks for putting this all together. And everyone who's watching, we really appreciate you.
Hey man, I appreciate it. This is my family. We've known each other since 1996, and I'm glad you were able to come out here, and it's definitely been a pleasure. And I want to personally thank y'all for allowing us to do this. And I cannot believe you wanted me to do all the talking, because I am terrible at this crap, you know? But I got a good mentor.
He's complimentary now. Did you watch the middle of the video? Anyway, thank you all. We appreciate you. This is the Wele family. This is Texas Joe. The first time we've been able to film and bring this to you. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.